The word tithe actually means a tenth. So tithing is giving the first tenth of our income back to God. We see this in Malachi 3 verse 10. God says, bring the full tithe into the storehouse, and thereby put me to the test if I will not open the windows of heaven for you and pour down a blessing. So tithe is not about God needing our money. He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, but it's about us trusting Him with our resources. So in the Old Testament, they would tithe whatever was important to them, things that represented their income or produce. So it may have been their animals, may have been fruit, may have been grain, or it may have been actual money. But today, our finances is what we value and what we esteem and what we tithe. So giving God our tithe, the tenth, is an act of worship, gratitude, and faith that keeps our hearts free from greed and positions us to live under God's blessing. When we give it as the first, meaning before anything else gets paid or done, God gets the best. Some people today would even argue, well, listen, not only should it be not the first, but I don't even think that we should tithe 10%. And here's the deal. I would probably agree with you. What do you mean by that, Pastor? Well, the tenth is only the beginning to seasoned and mature Christians. As we grow in giving and love, we realize it's a joy. It's an act of worship to give back to Him, and He deserves even more than the tenth. Christians should be the most generous people on the planet. We've received much, and we should give much. Now, I can honestly say this, I personally found as a lifelong tither that God supplies all my needs, and even in some places, my wants. We've never lacked. I've oftentimes, not all the time, but found that those that struggle with finances seem to be people that don't give. It's just an interesting correlation between the two. So the tithe was originally set up to take care of the priests in the tabernacle and later the temple. But when we give our tithe to the church, we are a part of it. We're not only supporting and continuing the work of God in that community, but we also set it as a value. So as a pastor, I also tithe to our church. I just want you to know, because I found that it's been a blessing to do so, and it's a spiritual act of worship for me to give back to God what honestly He gave to me to begin with.